Exiles of Terra. Chapter 2. The Exiles. In the vast and arid expanses of the Great Wasteland, a place forgotten by other races, where only the Kivary dare to roam, stands the Pantheon of the Unworthy. This ancient site, marked by ruin and the echo of a stormy past, bears the scars of a history stained with tragedy. Among worn monuments and crumbling tombs lie the remains of those Kivary who perished in the Great War. The atmosphere is solemn, imbued with a heavy silence, as if the very wind resisted disturbing the oblivion that shrouds this sacred place. It was here, in the year 527 after the Great War, on the 35th day of the sun season, that Valastor, a charismatic and visionary leader, gathered the scattered Kivary from every corner of the Great Wasteland and the free marshes. This event, laden with symbolism, marked a decisive moment in their history, summoning his people to the heart of a place steeped in both historical and emotional significance. Valastor, standing amidst the crowd, projects his voice with authority and passion.
My brothers, please lend me your ears. I ask of you.
As Valastor speaks, more Kivary join the group, eager to hear the words of this leader.
As I stand before you, I cannot help but nod eyes, with great sorrow that some have lost their way. Your face and skin reflect a forsaking of our traditions, a denial of the gift of knowledge that your parents and their parents before them have inherited from those who fought and gave their lives in the Great War. For too long we have suffered in silence, abandoned to our fate in Terra. We have been treated as outcasts, despised by the other races. Even our elder brothers have denied us aid. But today, I say that it has been enough.
Valastor, with a mixture of determination and resentment, continues his speech.
We keep waiting for forgiveness that seems beyond our reach, a redemption that never arrives. We keep praying for the day when these beings will open their hearts and welcome us into their kingdoms and towns, as if we alone were guilty of abasing the power of the elemental stones.
With a tone laden with indignation and pain, Valastor voices a question that has tormented many Kivary.
If the ancients are just beings who see all their children as equals, why are we, the Kivary, the only ones who suffer? Are our transgressions greater than those of the other race of Terra? Or are we victims of an unjust judgment?
He's right.
It's true.
But fear no more, my brothers. I bring these that will change the lives of our people and those of future generations.
Another Kivary leader emerges from the crowd, voicing the concerns of many.
And what do you propose we do? Many of us have renounced the old ways. We do not wish to enter into conflict with the kingdoms, much less challenge the sacred order of the ancients, who have extended their hand to us despite the past.
Valastor responds with vehemence and a sharper tone, his words charged with scorn.
Words of a coward! I never thought that you, Karnav, my old friend of all people, would settle for the scraps thrown to you by the so-called bearers of violence, a being like a docile servile hound.
Valastor steps forward, staring directly at Karnav and addressing the crowd.
Fortunately, we no longer have to live off the scraps given to us by the kingdoms and the sacred order. We have left behind submission and Exiles waiting. Our prayers have been heard from the deep void. Our ancestor, the great Vorghal, has transcended the barriers of mortality and time itself. He appeared in a vision to my wife, Meskeneth, revealing secrets that the rest of the world cannot even imagine.
Valastor raises his voice, instilling fervor into his words.
In the next 6 nights, when the moon shines brightest, we will perform a ritual transmitted to us by the mighty sorcerer of our lineage, Vorghal himself. And Meskeneth will be blessed with the gift of immortality and an immeasurable power. And when those who close their doors to us witness Meskeneth's power, they will have no choice but to bow before us and grant us what we deserve. A rightful place where we can settle and restore the glory of the Kivary.
The crowd erupts into chaos, some shouting with renewed hope, while others do so with fear and distrust. The growing murmur is abruptly silenced by Karnav's firm, reproachful voice.
You have no idea what you are about to unleash. Your arrogance and haste will only lead us to lose the only thing we have left, our life.
Karnav steps forward, looking at Valastor with a mix of disbelief and fury.
Are you willing to sacrifice your wife, the mother of your child, for this madness?
Meskeneth approaches where Valastor and Karnav are arguing, holding her son Sonork by the hand. The little one timidly hides behind his mother as she meets Karnav's gaze with unbreakable resolve.
If this is the destiny Vorghal has laid out for me, and if this sacrifice secures a better life for our son, then so be it.
Karnav, incredulous and with a face twisted in disbelief, takes a step back.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You have completely lost your minds.
Seizing the silence, Valastor steps toward Karnav, his eyes blazing with a mixture of fury and defiance.
And what have you done to improve the lives of our people, Karnav? Do you truly call this life? Living in constant fear of these who steal the little we have left. Of the slavers who take your brothers right before our ears. Living without a shelter for our children. The Sacred Order can barely help us, trapping their distant indifference while we suffer. But that is over when Meskeneth ascends and takes the divine from that Vorghal has promised us. We will reclaim what is rightfully ours. The day is near. Soon we will walk freely across all of Terra, without fear of being attacked or rejected as outcasts. The moment is coming where children will know neither hunger nor terror. Where they can grow up with dignity, like any other child in the kingdoms. A flutter where they will not be persecuted for the legacy in their blood, but will live with pride and hope. That day is coming, and it will be us who forge it with our own hands.
The crowd erupts in unanimous clamor, raising their arms to the sky in agreement. The gesture, initially scattered, quickly becomes unified, reflecting the determination and hope beginning to burn in the hearts of the Kivary. The promise of a new future, led by Valastor and Meskeneth, ignites the flame of a long-contained rebellion. Valastor extends his hands toward the crowd, and Meskeneth joins him, her gaze firm. Together, they prepare to touch their people, a symbolic gesture of solidarity and promise. Yet amid the fervor and hope, Karnav and a few other Kivary remain apart, their faces marked by concern. To them, the unification of the scattered Kivary nomads under the banner of vengeance was no cause for celebration. What Valastor promised was not a future of redemption, but one stained with blood and conflict. The fear of an impending disaster began to take root in their hearts, as they watched the crowd blindly embrace a vision of a future that promised only destruction. To be continued.